Latinx channel for BuzzFeed called Better Like. Anyone wants Better Like? Yes! We're my...
about gaming and wanted to do gaming content for BuzzFeed for a long time, so we put our heads together. I started doing, a coworker of mine did a video that was like former Sims players play The Sims for the first time in years or something, and it did really well. And I was like, I love The Sims. I feel like there's something else here. And so I'd been testing videos with Keith in them, playing like random games because I think Keith's absolutely hilarious. And so, Keith from the Try Guys. And Keith was just so funny, and the videos were so like great, but like not everyone was seeing them because the games were really obscure. So I was like, what if I made Keith play The Sims? And thus In Control with Kelsey was born, for those who remember that show that came pre-100 Baby. And from there we were seeing really constant success, and we were like, I think there's an audience here, I think we should make the leap and make it an entire channel. But it was a big scary moment, but it was really cool that we had like gained a team, and we were starting to see like that people loved gaming, and you didn't have to feel like you're like a hardcore gamer. Like there was like a community of people like me that loved games and positivity and things like that, and they were like liking the things I was making. I was like, okay, cool, like let's do this. To control each other's lives in The Sims and ruin them, and I sit by and watch them and judge, and it was very satisfying and fun to make. And we had just done, I think, 3 seasons, and it was like kind of in a break moment where I was like gearing up for the new year. It was like December. And I've been a fan of simmers and sim players like forever. I watched them all on YouTube, like Deligracy, I watched Sim Supply, like I watched them all. And now, so I was like, I was aware of a lot of the challenges that people like to do online, and so I was like, well, what if I just tried this 100 Baby challenge, like in the off season? I do an episode, if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal, because we're waiting to start the new season of In Control. And if it does work, I can do this forever because it takes so long. and so we had like a discussion about it. I was like, I brought the idea to Brandon, and I was like, hey, I want to do this video with like, trying to have 100 babies. And he was just like, oh, what? It just sounded so nuts. And we've also done a lot of videos of me playing dating simulators, where like Dream Daddy, and we liked to play into the idea that like I was single, because it's kind of funny, like it's ironic that this single girl is like playing all these dating simulators, or ironic, or like just makes sense. One of those
You're manifesting 100 babies by next year.
Yes. So we'd seen like that title like do a really good job, and the character, the like identity of being single is relatable to a lot of people. So he was like, what if you called it Single Girl Plays the 100 Baby Challenge? And I was like, yeah, that feels right. And so so he and I was like, cool. And so we went in and I filmed the first episode, and I remember afterwards thinking, I guess that's a video. I don't know. I just like finished playing, and I was like, I don't know if people like this. And I edited it and had a lot of fun editing it, and then put it out there, and I was like, well, we'll see how it does. And then it exploded, and I was shook. Yeah, so many people watched it, and it did even better than In Control ever did. And I was like, wait, do people love this? And I remember really nervous because I'd never done a video where I had hosted the whole video myself without having anyone else in the video with me. And it was like 20 minutes of just me talking. And I was like, no one's gonna wanna watch 20 minutes of just me talking. But, now I feel very blessed that now people do want to watch me
Snaps for the 100 Baby Challenge. Snaps.
But I was very nervous. But yeah, it was super great. Yes, the snaps. I didn't even wait.
Yeah, I also want to talk about the fact that like you not only during like when you first started the 100 Baby Challenge, you were editing all those videos.
Yeah. Also,
you have your own YouTube channel, as we talked about before, and you were also killing it on your YouTube channel too, and editing those videos. So I know there's a lot of content creators out here. What is your kind of like system, your balance to do both?
I don't have a least favorite. It's just like more forgettable babies. Like some of them unfortunately just don't make the cut of interest to me. Maybe Freya might be my least favorite, just because if she just aged up a little faster, we could have had more time, and it's all her fault, but I can't blame her.
It's
I can
always
only
the
blame
baby's fault.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Kelsey. I think we're gonna open it up for any questions.
Oh my gosh, should I spoil it? I guess I should. Okay, it's going to be Malibu Barbie. So I'm gonna be playing Malibu Barbie in the new game pack, living her dream life. Meeting Ken. I'm a big Barbie stan, so I'm so excited to be essentially playing Barbies in The Sims. But that'll be concurrent with 100 Baby Challenge. I think after 100 Baby Challenge, there's another challenge about killing your husbands called the Black Widow Challenge.
Yes.
So, first we bring life, and then we take it away. And that's gonna be the tagline.
You hear that, kids?
But that probably won't start until our 100th baby, which I believe in us. There were a lot of haters, not haters, but people that questioned
Doubters.
Doubters in the beginning. But I feel like we're all in it for the long haul now. we're gonna get there.
I think we had a question up here.
Yeah. What do you think? What's personality? Casey's personality. Good question. Well, I tend to project, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be close to me again. But I think Casey's a little different. I think Casey's a little bit more spunky. I think Casey's a little less romantic. I think Chelsea was always in the end had a hopeless romantic vibe to her, even if she was a little bit of a drifter, one might say. But I think Casey's a little bit more spunky. She's a little bit more of let's get this done, freewheeling, fun, loves YouTube and games and eating food kind of gal. So yeah. I'm playing a lot of Breath of the Wild right now. Very fun, yeah.
Yes.
Obviously Sims. And I really, Breath of the Wild and Sims right now. Playing Witcher as well, Witcher 3, because the show's coming, and I'm I want to see what this is about. It's a good time too, but yeah. I'm really trying to learn Minecraft. It's my new thing. Oh, cool. You want to watch a Minecraft video? Let's do it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Sorry? It was great. Oh my gosh. I'm a big Star Wars fangirl. I'm pretty much, if there's a fandom of it, I'm probably a fan of it.
Tried 5 times.
Yeah. When she was there. Yeah.
Right before we even got there, and then right when we were waiting in line, and then we were just walking 2 steps. She's and it all starts with I'm gonna cry, and then it's
wow.
spots.
Which put me on blast, right here.
They know, they watch
they know, yeah. If you watch it, I cry a lot. If you watch my personal channel, I cry in every 3 videos.
Yeah, we were crying in the friggin' car over here.
Yeah, I was crying in the car over here. I was this is so exciting, and I'm so nervous. And Maya's don't start this again.
Emotions are great, I love emotions, but
yeah.
But yeah, Galaxy's Edge was fun.
Oh my god, so fun. Highly recommend if you like Star Wars. It feels like you're in another land. It's amazing. Yeah, right here. Ace didn't answer that question. Yeah, oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. I love that. Yeah, do that. And then
would it be all in subtitles?
Yeah, oh my god, would I have to learn Simlish for it? That'd be the toughest rule of all time. I'll start working on it. So, dag. I don't know the rest of it. That's all I know. Oh my god, they could sing and karaoke in The Sims.
I remember I got into Paramore because of Sims.
Straight. That's amazing.
I was what is this song? Doing it down. And it was this Paramore song. I was oh, it's an actual band.
The best was when I found out that Katy Perry sang a cover of her song in Simlish, and I was yeah, we made it. Katy Perry knows. This was great.
Yeah, a live action movie would be so
That's
cool.
such a fun idea. I love that. There's also people that make Sims films or movies on YouTube. They'll use The Sims to make their own stories, more like films.
Yeah.
And they'll film it like that.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. There's a lot of content out there.
So yes, cast us in that, please.
Cast us in that. Yes, hit us up, please. Right here. I was watching Grace Helbig, huge fan. I just met her the other day. I didn't tell her that I was a huge fan, because I'm weird. And I remember thinking like, I just started my own YouTube channel like a year before, and I was sitting there with friends that I only made because they started that channel, other small creators like me, and I was like, I wonder if I'll ever be there. And when I got that letter, it was like all I had thought about for like 5 years. I have a vision board, and it's on my vision board at like the front. Oh yeah, highly recommend those vision boards, man. Apparently they work. Yeah, so it's like it's literally felt like a fantasy and a dream, and I feel so lucky and so grateful that all of you like the things that I make. I'm
This
like
girl
really
works.
honored.
She works, you guys. Like, she's like an inspiration to me, like at BuzzFeed too, because she not only does. Here we go. She not only like does her multiplayer stuff, like that stuff trends on YouTube, which is like very hard to do. You also have your videos on your own channel that are like interesting to watch. That's not just like, you know, oh, here's me doing the thing. Like, I don't know what that was, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, you take a lot of time, and it's all high quality, and you edit it yourself and stuff. So like, you know, everyone, you know, deserves to be where they're at, but like you can really, I've seen her growth from like, you know, back in the day to like now, and it's like, hell yeah, featured creator, like so deserving of it. Like you work so hard.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yay, Kelsey.
I'm not crying, you're crying. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone's fine.
I think we have time for a couple more questions.
Do you like Twitch or YouTube better?
Ooh, I think I love them both. I really love Twitch. In a different way, it's like I like get to directly speak to people that want to watch my content. But YouTube is fun because you have like direct control and like creating a story in a compact video. So I love them both very separately. But I think if I had to choose, like I would probably end up choosing YouTube. It's my first love, and my longest love. They have adopted me. I'm so honored. I went to EA Play and I met a lot of English Simmer, Sim Supply. I met Deligracy, who I've been like a big fan of for a while. So like the fact that I can like say like, hey, what's up, is like really cool. She's a big inspiration of mine. And I met Stepho Sims, who's hilarious and wild in person and on her videos. Yeah. Right here. I'm gonna make a garden salad. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, the cake was so fine. I'm just like waiting for a good day that I have like a full day to like get in. I mean, probably a salad won't take as long as baking a cake, but like I wanna make, like I'm not gonna just make a garden salad. I'm gonna make a family size, 8-person, huge garden salad. We're gonna go big. We're gonna be at home, so we're not gonna have to go home. We'll be there in my home, making a garden salad. So that's my next one. I want to see what other Sims foods there are. So yeah.
I want you to make the dubious food in Breath of the Wild.
All the weird food in Breath of the Wild.
But like the dubious food where like you mess up on recipes, and it's just like.
So we'll make it with you.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll eat it and it'll be weird.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for us. I guess I would have a lot of fun. I would say either Paralike or Ladylike. I love the Ladylike women as well. They're pretty awesome. So yeah, one of those two, I think.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. And Kelsey, where can we find you?
You can find me at Kelsey Dangerous on Twitter, Instagram, also on YouTube. That's my personal channel where you get like more behind the scenes stuff, and obviously on BuzzFeed Multiplayer, both on Twitch and on YouTube.
Yeah, you can
Thanks,
follow me
guys.
at